Hey there, I'm Kayla Phillips, and welcome to this week's Artist Spotlight, brought to you by New Music Alliance. This is a series where we showcase an exceptional Western New England artist who has had a song inducted into the Essential Western New England Songbook. The Songbook is a jury listenable anthology of the best original songs ever recorded by artists whose careers have or had a significant presence in Western New England. This is Christine Ohlman, also known as the Beehive Queen. Christine Ohlman and her band Rebel Montez had their song The Gone of You inducted into the Essential Western New England Songbook. Here is their song The Gone of You from their 2010 album The Deep End, performed as a part of Don Odell's Legend series. The heart of Christine Ohlman has belonged to rock and roll from just about the moment she could walk and talk. Her earliest idols were Etta James, Ray Charles, and Jackie Wilson. By the time she traveled from Boston to New York on an overnight train to make her first record at the age of 16, she was already a veteran of the local coffee house circuit around New Haven, Connecticut. Christine was a founding member of the Scratch Band, legendary throughout the Northeast for their incendiary and eclectic live shows. Over time, she later reunited with fellow Scratch Band members G.E. Smith and Paul Osler when she joined the Saturday Night Live Band for the 1991-1992 season. Christine quickly became the lead vocalist for the Saturday Night Live Band. Ohlman has most recently been heard in Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. In 2017, she was inducted into the National Blues Hall of Fame of American Heritage International. Dedication to preserving the soul in rock and roll has been the hallmark of Christine's work from the days of the Scratch Band through a stint with Christine Ohlman and the Soul Rockers, to her present band, Christine Ohlman and Rebel Montez. She is a board member of the Institute for the Musical Arts, founded by iconic guitarist June Millington, and is a yearly contributor to the IMA's Rock and Roll Camp for Girls. With her trademark mile-high platinum beehive hairdo and sweeping collection of sequins and rhinestones, Ohlman looks like a lady to be reckoned with. I got the opportunity to meet Christine and ask some questions about being the Beehive Queen and what music means to her. Let's check it out. Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another Artist Weekly Spotlight interview. I'm here with Christine Ohlman, also known as the Beehive Queen. Hello, Christine. How are you today?
I'm fine, Kayla. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. So Christine's brother, Vic, has a recording studio called Horizon Recording Studios located in West Haven, Connecticut, and we've had the pleasure of hosting him on our New Music Alliance radio hour. Christine, could you briefly tell us a bit about how you and your brother started up in the music industry as young teenagers, and how your career took off from there?
Sure. We started when we were very young. We had what was called a baby garage band in our parents' basement in Cheshire, Connecticut. We got picked up by a really wonderful historic producer named Bob Shad in New York City, and we were on the Mainstream label. The band was called The Wrong Black Bag. We were on the Mainstream label with Big Brother and the Holding Company, the Amboy Dukes, and Ultimate Spinach. And Ultimate Spinach had Jeff Skunk Baxter. The Amboy Dukes had I can't think of his name right now, but anyway, and the Big Brother, of course, had Janis Joplin. So we were on that same label. And then from then on, we just kept going in different bands. Vic opened his recording studios. He's had a couple of them. Horizon Music Group's been going for more than 30 years. And I ended up in the Saturday Night Live band after a long time of knowing people and networking with people. And that's where I still am today, as well as all around the country. I'm embedded in New Orleans, in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, where I'll be in 2 weeks, New York City, of course, with SNL, and Nashville. But Connecticut and New England are my home, and that's where Christine Ohlman and Rebel Montez can be seen. So I'm very, very honored to be considered as part of this project.
Thank you. I mean, you've been all over. That's pretty awesome. So now I would like to ask what I believe is the most essential question of all. How did you become the Beehive Queen? And how did you become so fabulous? Because
I was a real fan of the girl groups, and in particular, my late great friend Ronnie Spector of the Ronettes, who just passed just before Christmas away. And I just thought that their style was so amazing. So even when I was in a band called the Scratch Band with the guitar player G.E. Smith, and that's how I ended up in the SNL band after a while, Saturday Night Live, I used to wear vintage cocktail dresses, and I started teasing up my hair. And people really seemed to love it. They went for it in a big way, as they say. And so then someone started referring to me as the Beehive Queen on Google. I don't even know. Someone said to me, look up those words. You're going to see that you're the #1 hit. It turns out I was. I don't know who, but thank you, whoever you were. And then, it just kind of went on from there. I've just been teasing my hair for a long time, and I expect to be teasing it for a long time as well. And I don't know, thank you for saying I'm fabulous, but I just try to throw down, as they say in our rhythm and blues expression. I just try to throw down every time I'm on a stage. So I guess that's the road to fabulousness, maybe, and maybe I'm on it. Thank you for
whatever you're doing, it's working for you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
So you mentioned a little bit about G.E. Smith and the Scratch Band. Can you explain maybe a little bit more about how you found yourself as the vocalist for the Saturday Night Live band and what performing with them is like?
Sure. We had a band called the Scratch Band, which was based around the New Haven, Connecticut area. G.E. came from the Poconos. He came from Pennsylvania to live there, and he was in a cover band. We were writing our own songs. He came to audition. We loved him. The next thing you know, we were in a band together. And after the band broke up, he and I just stayed in touch. We both have these really immense vintage record collections, and we used to share records back and forth and share songs back and forth. And then one day he called me and said that he had a gig out on Long Island and they wanted him to get a vocalist, and could I come? Was I free? And he didn't say what the gig was. And I said, sure. And it turned out it was Lorne Michaels' wedding reception. Lorne Michaels is the producer of Saturday Night Live, and the band was going to be the Saturday Night Live band. When I said yes, I didn't know about any of this. I just wanted to see GE, you know. So we went out, we played the gig. It was an outdoor gig. They had a big stage. Everybody in the world was there, from Jack Nicholson right on down. And when it was over, the show was starting the following week. It was September. The season was starting up in New York, in Studio 8H, and Lorne came down and said to GE, "Where's the girl?" And GE said, "What do you mean, where's the girl?" "Where's the girl that was with you at the wedding? She was great." And GE said, "Well, I thought you just wanted me to get her for the wedding." He said, "No, call her up and ask her to come next week."
Sweet.
And so I guess I threw down, as they say, I guess, and hence there I am still. And it's a fabulous band, led by the ever wonderful, at this point, Lenny Pickett, who's been the band leader now for 15 years, tenor sax player, and just an amazing band. And we play a totally curated bunch of vintage rhythm and blues. That's basic, and soul music. That's basically what we do. So it's all, there's 5 horn players. They're fabulous, fabulous rhythm section, and it's a dream gig, really.
Yeah, it sounds amazing, honestly.
Yeah.
So one last question before we wrap up. Will you tell me a bit about the backstory behind The Gone of You? Like, what was your inspiration for writing that song?
Sure. Well, The Gone of You was co-written with my guitarist Cliff Goodwin, who had some ideas for the music. The lyrics were all mine, and they were written. I had lost my husband to cancer, and they were kind of written as somewhat in that vein. It turns out that people take that song many different ways. Sometimes they take it as the loss of a love affair. Sometimes they take it as an actual loss, which in my case it was. So the words came very fast. Sometimes when you're writing a song, it takes a long time and you have to fine tune it. But in the case of this, they just sort of tumbled out of me, and it was pretty easy to put it together pretty quickly. There are 2 versions of that song on our CD, The Deep End. One that's a very sort of more electronic version, and the other that is the full band version that was recorded live with the band. So we thought enough of it that we put it on the record twice. And I have to say that it's been a very meaningful song to a lot of people. So I very much appreciate that that was the song you choose to spotlight.
Thank you for watching this week's Artist Spotlight, presented by New Music Alliance. For more information about the NMA or the Essential Western New England Songbook, visit our website at www.newmusicalliance.org. Stay tuned for next week's video by liking us on Facebook and subscribing on YouTube. Until next time.